We're back in Taos, New Mexico, one of my favorite places in the state for photography. We're going to spend one great day with our cameras exploring from the historic Pueblo to the beautiful scenery to the great plaza in town. We're going to meet some folks who live here and take some great pictures. So I'm Jefferson Graham. Stay tuned.
There's not another place like Taos. You can go to different resort towns and you will never find another place like Taos.
Taos is in northern New Mexico, about 90 minutes from Santa Fe and about an hour from the Colorado border. There's a ski resort some 30 minutes from town that attracts winter visitors, along with, of course, art year-round. When in Taos, like elsewhere in New Mexico, the center of town revolves around the plaza.
You got a bunch of stores, restaurants, galleries, you name it. I could tell you about Taos and the plaza, but Ruth Ann McCarthy knows a lot more because her family's been here a long time, so let's go meet her. Okay. Great to see you.
You too.
Let's go inside the legacy.
We're celebrating our 120th year of being in business in the historic district of Taos. It's beautiful. We're surrounded by mountains. We have Taos Pueblo, which is over 1,000 years old. We have the 7th highest bridge in the United States, and hiking and river rafting, and it's beautiful.
So many people go to Santa Fe, of course. Why take the trip to go to Taos?
Because you're missing out if you don't come to Taos. Taos is the gem of New Mexico. It really is. There are not too many people here. There's a lot of art here.
Photographically, you can't beat the historic buildings and the landscape, starting, of course, with the Pueblo.
The Pueblo is where some 15 families still live rustically like they did 1,000 years ago, with no running water or electricity. The water does come naturally from a nearby stream. Folks are invited to visit and imagine what life was like 1,000 years ago. Another must-see spot in Taos is the historic San Francisco de Aces Church, which was beloved by the great photographer Ansel Adams and his friend, and our friend, Georgia O'Keeffe. You might not recognize it at first, as both Adams and O'Keeffe captured it from the back adobe. Now, Adams also did photograph it from the front as well. Both sides make for a great photo. And don't forget to pull off the side of the road to photograph the Taos welcome tree. This is a tree that is so popular, it even has its own Facebook fan page.
Kind of like, when you see that tree, it's like you know that you're in Taos. And then after that, there's the big canyon. When you drive, you see the tree and then you see the big canyon, like welcome to Taos.
Once in town, you can't help but notice that every building is classic adobe style, even the bank and local McDonald's. Now, beyond the tree, it's not as elaborate as the Albuquerque Balloon Festival, but Taos has ballooning too, and it puts on its own fiesta every fall. We were lucky enough to meet up with balloon master Saul Lafay, who took us up for a flight and told us all about it.
I've never lost a phone over the side. That's the number one question I get. Most people are concerned about their phone, but everyone's been pretty conscious of holding on to it so far. So let's not start today.
Yeah. When we come back, it's photo tip time. And now a quick word from our sponsor, and that would be me. I want to tell you all about my iPhone photography course. As you know, I shoot every episode of Photo Walks on mobile phones, mostly the iPhone. People say to me all the time, how can I get pro-level photos like you, Jeff? Well, I give all my tips and tricks and secrets in the course, all the hidden settings that will take you from snapshots to pro-level photos. It's available at jeffersongraham.com/courses.
In photographing the amazing Rio Grande Bridge, well, you have two choices. You can walk across the bridge to get a shot of the gorge, and that's a lot of fun, or you could drive over it, park the car, and walk a few steps for the best view of the bridge from the side. From the ground to the skies, we also have some tips for you on how to get great shots from a hot air balloon.
So I would say best tips for taking photos in a balloon is selfie stick, something to give you that little bit of an outside perspective, gives you a little context of the basket, the balloon, gives you kind of a really nice shot. Secondarily, if you ever have the opportunity to fly over water, look straight down, get a picture of the reflection of the balloon in the water. It's a really kind of unique shot.
And as always, I brought along my beloved Insta360 camera on a selfie stick for a 360-degree shot of the balloon up in the air. It has the coveted invisible selfie stick technique through the Insta360 software that makes my selfie stick disappear. Pretty cool, huh? If shopping is your thing, you can find plenty in the plaza or drive north from the Pueblo en route to the Gorge Bridge. And you can go crazy like I did at the sensory overload of the Camino Real import store, which has over 1 million pieces of merchandise, mostly imported from Mexico.
This store started in 1988, I believe. So by my dad with the Real. And ever since, it's been here trying to, bring all the stuff from Mexico and for you guys. Well, if you're going to decorate a New Mexico home, well, you need, first of all, the chile ristras, which is a New Mexico tradition. The ristras are like very a tradition, like for cooking the store chili, and you hang it on the kitchen and you can start pulling and cook with the chilies, If you go Santa Fe or Taos, you can see them all over.
Food-wise, Taos, like so many other places in New Mexico, has just incredible New Mexican fare. Pretty much everywhere you look, remember, red or green is the question they will ask you. Now, we particularly like the historic Taos Inn and two little places on the outskirts of town, Orlando's, Antonio's, and of course, right in the center of town, in the plaza, Ruth Ann McCarthy's Legacy Cafe was fantastic. She also has a nearby B&B, the Casa Benavides, that we hope to stay at next time. But for this trip, we booked the small inn on the Rio down the way, which we love.
The winds have welcomed you with softness. The sun has blessed you with his warm hands. For you have flown so high and so well that God has joined you in your laughter and set you gently back into the loving arms of Mother Earth. So cheers.
From the world-famous Tree in Taos, New Mexico, I'm Jefferson Graham. Please do me a favor and stay tuned for more episodes of PhotoWalks. We have plenty more from New Mexico, Arizona, all over the West, all over the country, all over the world. I'll see everybody on the next PhotoWalk. Bye-bye.